Hello again, viewers. Or hello for the first time. So, it's about time I, started making videos more regularly, and this video is going to be about the most powerful phrase in Dungeons & Dragons. You, as a dungeon master, um, you are kind of like the director of this little story you've managed to get together around your tabletop and whatnot. You are the balance of power here is very much in your favor, which is why this is not a competitive game. This is a cooperative game. You're telling a story with your friends, or alternatively, just drinking a lot and making Monty Python jokes and the like. You can guess what group I'm in there. Anyway, the most powerful phrase you have as a dungeon master to push your story forward is not roll for initiative, is not rocks fall, everyone dies. It is, what do you do? Such a powerful and useful phrase, what do you do? That you should probably end everything you say with just that. What do you do? For two reasons. First of all, it's a good cue for your players to know, okay, I, the Dungeon Master, am done talking now. It's essentially your turn to do something. Secondly, if you say a player or a player character's name, before saying, or before asking, what do you do, it's a good way to put the spotlight on characters and on players who have otherwise maybe been a little quiet up to that point, or who keep getting cut off by their comrades. Just saying, that's been a problem with more than one group. But what do you do also lets players kind of, it gives them cue to act, alright? It also lets them know, hey, there's more than one thing you can do. It's not my job to tell you what to do, it's my job to tell you what happens in response to what you do. So, what do you do? I'll give an example. Player character manages to... the players are going down a hallway, the pungent stench of mildew emanating from the wet dungeon walls, much like your mother, etc., etc. And they come to a door. Alright? The door is a thick, heavy door made out of wood, and it appears to be locked. What do you do? If the party has a rogue, I pick the lock. If the party has a fighter, barbarian, or anyone with a decent strength score, hold my beer and watch this. Either way, they'll find a way to open the door. You didn't have to say, how do you open the door? Or fighter make a strength check, or rogue make a lockpick check, or whatever. But players may also do something not having to do with opening the door, like maybe the ranger, or whoever has the highest perception, says, I want to listen in at the door and see if I can see anything like under the crack in the door where it meets the floor right there, you know? Okay, so what do? You say, I want to see if I can hear anything on the other side of the door. Now, the Dungeon Master can say, alright, make a perception check, or a listen check, or whatever. Take it from there. Alright, once you have the result, describe what it is they see, and then ask, what do you do? Now it's, what do you do with this information? Alright, or that's the implication anyway. Maybe the rogue does pick the lock. Maybe the fighter or the barbarian do bash the door off its hinges. Either way, something happens. As a dungeon master, your job is not to make things happen. It's to see what the players do in order to push their story forward. Going back to an old video of mine and a word of advice from Dungeon World, which is high fantasy powered by the apocalypse. Be a fan of the players. This isn't about the kind of encounters you can make. This is about what they do in the face of those encounters. And along this journey that you have to keep in mind is their journey, not yours. Thank you very kindly for watching.